Let's face it, Leo's not just a pretty face. He's also a really smart guy and a really cool guy, thanks to his parents, Irma Lynn and George, who made sure that he hung out ever since he was a little kid with lots of writers, poets, and artists.
Leonardo's father was our book rep at one time. He would sell us like Bukowski and Burroughs and kind of beat poet stuff and alternative comics and that kind of thing. He used to talk about his son wanting to be an actor. He'd tell us about a couple parts that he had gotten and that he was excited about it.
He knew he wanted to be an actor. Even at 13, he said, I'm going to be an actor. I mean, this is what I'm going to do. And so we always knew that, and he was very focused in doing that. And he directed his entire life towards that. He was starting to act even when he was here.
So I understand that you had an encounter with Leo yourself.
Well, Leo's father, George, hi George, 20 some odd years ago was a underground comic book distributor, and we were one of his accounts. And at times he would bring in Leonardo.
Was he so cute? Was he as adorable as he is now?
He is adorable, and he was sort of quiet and shy.
He was the kind of kid where you said, if Leo doesn't stay in his seat today, the entire class is going to have a new assignment. And Leo would just pop right up again and be himself.
Hey you guys, check this out. I'm standing in front of the Los Angeles Center for Enriched Studies, in other words, Leo's Junior High School. Yes, that's right. And I'm standing next to the head honcho, the boss. She's the boss lady, that's right. The principal of this wonderful establishment, Miss Marianne Collins, who knows firsthand all about Leo Mania. Marianne, I know you can tell me.
Yeah.
Was Leo naughty?
People say that he was a little naughty, but I don't remember that. He was a fun kid. They say he was a real fun kid.
He was the class clown, always the class clown. He'd come up in history and he'd say, Mrs. Wong, I have to do this. I have to do this in front of the class. And he'd stand up and say, okay, what are you gonna do, Leo? We're studying the American Revolution. And he'd say, I have a magic trick. And he'd start to do magic tricks.
All right, so somewhere over here could have been his locker, right?
This one, this is the locker.
I felt it. I feel his aura. Oh my God, what would his combination be? Let me think, wait a minute. Okay, I know. Okay, his birthday's 11/11.
Right.
He was born in 1974, so 11/11/74, that's gotta be it. I know that's gotta be 11/11/74. Leo!
This is Leo's first acting room.
This is where it all began, really?
This is where it all began.
So where's his desk?
His desk is right here.
Oh,
right there.
Alrighty, this is his desk.
Yes, this is it.
Wait a minute, you guys. Marianne, this could have been Leo's gum.
That could have been Leo's gum. I don't know how long it's been there. You didn't eat that. Oh no. This is the yearbook from 1987 when Leo was in the 7th grade.
Oh, he's looking so cute. Look how cute he is. Oh, Leo.
The next one is one shot for 7th grade.
He's so cute.
This was the 8th grade.
Look, this little girl saying to him, hey, Leo, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm making billion-trillion-dollar movies. What are you doing?
This is the 9th grade.
Wow, this is a really cool artsy picture of him. He took drama here, didn't he?
He was in a drama class and he did several pieces. You know, each of the kids were able to create a piece.
So he actually was acting in this room.
Yes, in this very room. Then there's another cute little picture of him too that somebody drew some hair on, but that was in the yearbook that way.
Leo.
I first met Leonardo about 1992. He had just signed on to play Luke Brower in Growing Pains. So after he was signed for this role, he came to the office and we interviewed him and did a photo session with him. I remember one of the things that he did do was he went to the wall of Bop magazine and he noticed Kirk Cameron on a bunch of covers. He's like, wow, he's like, how many covers has Kirk Cameron been on? And he proceeded to count every single cover that Kirk was on. And he's like, wow, he goes, one of these days, you know, he goes, I hope I can be on the cover of Bop and be as big as Kirk. You know, now look at him today.
Leo's the bomb, and with a German mom and an Italian dad, there's an international war brewing over who can claim him.
They are screaming for Leonardo all the time. It's Leonardo Mania.
I am king! I am king!
Especially in Germany.
I love you so much!
The fact that Leo has a German mother is reason enough that Germans consider him one of their own.
Old Bologna is DiCaprio. DiCaprio is Italian. DiCaprio.
He has always said that Germany is his favorite country.
Luigi, what do you think? They say that Leonardo DiCaprio, the Germans say that he is German. He has the right and the honor to be German because his mother is German.
Well, that's what they say, but I think Leonardo DiCaprio belonged to the Napolitan people.
Leo used to come to Erkenschwick. That's a very small village in the Ruhrgebiet region in Germany.
È un nome nettamente italiano, veramente.
He used to do that quite often. He once told me in an interview that he's been to Germany about a dozen times.
His grandmother is German and she lives in Germany.
Young ladies from all over Germany go to the Mecca, which now is Erkenschwick, to grandmother's house.
Non è possibile! Mai nessuno può dire che questo ragazzo appartiene ai tedeschi, appartiene agli italiani, è nato all'Italia.
Ritorna in Italia e visita tutti, specialmente le donne.
So now that you've heard both sides, do you think he's Italiano or do you think he's German?
I think he's American.
If the man feels Italian, he's Italian. If the man doesn't feel Italian, he's not.
Napolitano.
Napolitano.
Leonardo, aishiteru!
Titanic had a world premiere in Japan.
It must have been a total zoo there.
I don't know how many thousand girls were screaming his name, like Leo, Leo. Maybe Rio, Rio in Japan, you know.
Phenomenon is really the correct word here. When he sneezes, it's news, you know. I can only compare it to something like James Dean. And Leo isn't even dead. I mean, he only dies in his movies, you know.
He has something in his eyes, you know, like a James Dean, like tough thing.
For me, there's a darker side that comes out through his roles and his person that makes him a little bit more interesting than the normal superstar. Leonardo is as popular as when Beatles went to Japan for the first time. Really crazy.
When somebody says he hates publicity, I think that's baloney. I think he loves publicity.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.